Okay. So let me share. So one of you has a doubt about that screen. Okay. So the second question. Okay. So what you have to do here, this code, okay, this is there in your lab manual. I can show you where it's at. You just have to, change the H value to 0.001, plot it, find the value, and for the second one, you just have to change your value to negative 0.001, and then find or plot the graph. Okay, that is one thing. And you will have to explain me why are you getting positive value, or if you're getting a negative value, why are you getting a negative value? Just explaining the graph. And coming to the limit, it's very clearly mentioned in the code. I can show you that. Give me a second. So what you have to do is here. So the geometrical thing, just change your H value. Okay? And then you can do you can find your secant line there. Got it? And same goes for the DQ. It is also given here, limit DQ. Okay, they are just telling you to find out, determine the left and right hand limit. You must know how to determine the right and left. This was taught in your lab too. So just find those things and you will get your second one. So did that answer your question? Can I see the chat window? Okay, if it doesn't answer your question, email me, I can explain you as well. Okay? Okay. So let's go for the lab 4. Okay. So what I did here was okay, let me take your questions later on after the class, after this lab 4. Okay. Okay. Lab 4 is very, very easy. It is just you have to find out, determine the derivative. That's it. You just have to determine the derivative of a given function and then you will have to plot. And let me go straight to the putting assignment questions. What you have to do is just define your function, find its derivative. In the given window, this is just like x minimum, maximum, y minimum, maximum. Okay? In that interval, you will have to find out the derivative of the given function. And then you just have to answer those questions by writing. Okay, you have to mention the intervals where you see that the given function is rising. Okay, this is clearly mentioned in the code also. So let me go to the PDF file. Okay. So first, define your function and then find your derivative of that function. How do you find the derivative of the function? This is the code for that. So so this is the given function. Okay. So df is nothing but the derivative of the function, differentiation of the function, right? So if you have f of x is equal to sin x squared d by dx of f is equal to what? This is what I have written here. Okay, so the answer is 2x cos x squared. I'm sure this is taught in your lectures also. And now what I'm going to do is I'm defining my function as variable. It's just a variable. You can give it as g, h, or say t also. So I'm just naming my function as variable. And then I need to find out my derivative of that function. So f and f prime is my command. Okay, it's not a built-in command. So this is a new command where I need to use script file. Okay, what you have to do is, for that to work, you have a code here in your this thing. So this is the code for one command, that is f and f prime. Okay. For this command, this is the code. So where do you do that? Where do you copy and paste it? You have to do it in the script file, normal script file. Okay. Let me do that in my tab. Okay. And then, so what is asked is, you have a function and you will have to find out the derivative of that function in this window. Okay? And give the name for a plot. I gave it as f of x and derivative of f of x. You can give your name or anything you want. You can give it as graph 4. Okay, you have a code here. So f and f prime is the variable you want it to be acting as a command. So f is your function, x minimum, x maximum is your x values, y minimum and y maximum will be the corresponding y values. Author is nothing but the title. Okay. What am I doing here? I am saying that my f prime is nothing but differentiation of f. Okay. And what is your window that you want your graph to be plotted? So that is your x minimum, x maximum, y minimum and y maximum. Okay. So I am going to plot the graph. And first I am going to plot my function, and then I am going to plot my f prime, which is nothing but your differentiation. Okay, that's it. That is the meaning of this built-in command. Okay, so you have to copy it and Control C. You have to paste it here and go and save it. Okay, so this must be your script file. But it's not the live script. Whenever you define a function, whenever you want a new command, which is not a built-in command, if you want to create your own command, then you use script file for that. Okay? What you have to do is save this in the name of the function name. When I click on save, so when I click on save as, you will get this name. Do not change anything. Okay? It has to be this only. Because that is the function name you have given that. If you change name here, then the code will not run. Okay? So since I saved it already, so I'll just skip it. Now, so this function is done. What is this? It is finding out the differentiation of your function, and it is also plotting. It is also plotting the graph of your function and also derivative in this window. Got it? So now let us go to the graph and see what is plotted. Okay. So I say this is my f of x and g of x. Okay. So it is also mentioned in your lab manual that your original function will be in blue, derivative will be a red. Okay. So this is your f of x, and this will be your differentiation of f of x, which is nothing but f prime. Got it? So now, this is what is being plotted. Okay? This is what we want. We are going to plot. It is in the window 10 to negative 10. The next values will be, y values will be ranging from negative 10 to positive 10, which is mentioned here. Got it? Now, what is the next concept? Finding flat spots. What do you mean by flat spot? It is nothing but a horizontal line. So when you see here in the f of x, you can see that there is a horizontal line here. When you zoom it 6 times, you can exactly see a line here. It is a horizontal line. Here also you can see a horizontal line. This is also a horizontal line. Even this is a horizontal line. Okay, that is your flat spot. When you observe your derivative at this point, say this is a straight line, right? When you observe your derivative, you can clearly see that it is 0. Your derivative at the corresponding horizontal line is 0. Okay, so I can say that whenever my derivative is 0, I get a tangent line on the f of x. That is your flat spot. You will have to find the value at which you can find the flat spot, or they may ask the interval between which you can find the flat spot. So as you can see here, let me take one point. Okay. Let me say that I take this point. This is a horizontal line, and also this is what? Derivative. And the value of your derivative is 0. Right? So now, how do you find the exact value? I know this might be roughly at 6, but I'm not sure, right? It might be 6.0 or it might be 6.2 also. If you want to know the exact value, what you do is, you use the VP command. Let's do that. So you have a function. You're taking the derivative of that function and you're solving that function to the value 6. Why? Because I know it is very close to 6. Right? So I take it as 6 because 6 is the closest value for the actual point. Now, how do you confirm it is 6? Use the command f and f prime. This is your function, f, a variable. Okay? So now, I'm seeing that this is my 6, where I can see the derivative as 0. The derivative is 0 here, and I can find the horizontal line at 0.6 or maybe around this. So, I will take some points here. Say this might be 5.8. So after 6, it will be 6.2. Okay? Take this point and plot it. This is your y value, which you will find it here. Okay? Got it? And then this is your what? Title of your graph. Okay. After doing this, let's see. This is what you get. Okay. So I want some point over here. This line should touch this point. Is it touching that? No. Right? It might be closer to 6.3 also. 6.2 is there, 6.3 is the next line where I can see it clearly touches. So you can replace 6.2 with 6.3 and check whether you are finding your derivative. This is your derivative of f of x and this is your f of x. Okay. After this, if you need another method to do this, you can do that by using a solve command. Okay. What I am saying is, I want my derivative to be 0. So I can say this. dAv is nothing but derivative of the function must be 0. It should be 0. It should be 0 for x value. Find the x value at which it is 0 and I know my point is very close to 6. So this is my initial value. Or I can see the closest value to find the exact point. And you get this. So you can see that the derivative is 0 at this point, which is roughly 6.3. Right? That is how you find the value of the flat spot. Got it? This is your end of lab 4. Let me go to the assignment. Okay. So what is given here is the f of x is given, the window is given. You know how to do this, right? Because you can compare it. Okay. So you have this code here. Okay. Now, so what is given? Your f of x is given. So replace VV by f of x. And you know how to input the function also, right? So your f of x is nothing but x square. How do you input in MATLAB? X square. Use the intercommand, multiplication command. Again, x square, -1. Multiplication symbol is very important because MATLAB should know what you are doing between the brackets. Okay, this is how you input into the MATLAB. After you do that, use this command f and f prime. For this command to work, you must save this code which is given in your code flow. Okay. So after this, what you are going to do is, I can show you where you can find it. It's here. So first, before you write your code, write your assignment, copy this, paste it in a normal script file, not a live script. It should be a normal script. Okay, save it and then start your assignment. Got it? Or else you cannot do any questions in the assignment. So first what you have to do is just define the function. After that you have your window here. Sorry, my computer is very slow. So you will have to work from here. Got it? So just replace your baby, or you can keep it as baby also instead of F. Okay, instead of F you can write it as baby of F. So make sure you replace this value with the question which is given here. Got it? And now what is your window? It will be negative 2.5, comma 1.5, comma negative 20, comma 20. Okay? This is given in the question here. After you do that, just do that and run. You will find this graph. Okay? Make sure you label it properly. Okay? After you do that, answer all the questions that is given here. You just have to answer it, just see what is there in graph and then you can answer. So you can find more explanation in the code. If you want to find a decreasing value of a function, that is also given in the lab manual on how to find decreasing value. Say my function is decreasing from here to here. If you have a question to find the decreasing value of a function, you can find it here. You can see that the function is decreasing, right? Okay. So what is the first question? What intervals does the graph appear to be rising as we move from left to right? I'm sure it is easy to do. And do not get confused with this expression. Okay. Just write whatever you see, you understand from this. And if everything is on intervals, you just have to mention certain intervals where you find a rising function. If you feel that your function is rising, mention that interval. Likewise, you will have to answer the other questions also. So the question 2 is also similar to question 1. Just change your f of x and your window and answer the given below questions mentioned. So this is the third one is just on question 1 and question 2. So what do you infer from the graph which is plotted in question 1 and question 2? That's it. You will find a set of questions below question 3 also. All these are related to question 1 and question 2. Okay? Make sure you answer it properly. Let me stop sharing. Okay. So this is your lab 4. It's very easy. It's just a graph and you just have to visualize and see. You have to mention the intervals properly. Got it? So, yeah, I can take questions on lab 3 now. Ethan is asking me, saying that whenever you put 0.001 into h, it gives me an error message. Okay, what you have to do is, if there are no questions, you are good to leave. To retrieve for assignment 3, we have to find the function that we can contribute to. Okay, choose which question is that? I don't think the number 2 is asking you. Let me just find it. Question 2. Yes, you have to plot. Right, you have to plot. How do we input the values we got from the slope into the DQ equation? DQ is nothing but your slope. Okay. So, you have a command there where you have this. So this equation is to find DQ. Just copy and paste the same equation because the question asked and the code given in your lab manual is same. Okay. So you can find your DQ using that. Do not change anything there. What you have to do is you have to find left and right hand limit. You must do that because that was taught in your lab 2. Lab 1. So Hudson, you is that. You're getting errors just if you type of office is equal to process. May I know what is that error? Meanwhile, any other questions? Hudson, are you there? Any other questions from other students? Oh, okay. So understood. What you have to do is, you have to define a variable first using since. Got it? And then write it is since. Use this. Use this first and then write your function. It will definitely work. Because you have to define the variable first. Any other questions? Are you sure? Okay, do one thing, just close your MATLAB, open it again, and type the code, just retype the code. Say it as syntax, and then if your function is f of x is equal to cos x, type that. Because it will definitely work. I can show you. So let me open TypeScript. Say syntax, text, and your function is cos x. I don't see any error here. Yeah, MATLAB doesn't work sometimes in my laptop. I also face that problem. So, during that time, you have to close the entire MATLAB and then you have to retype the code. Or just save it once and then open it again. Close and open. So that will work. Any other questions?